Hey everyone, we are here playing as Kit up against Skorpios. Dangerous. So this is Inversificator Kit, as you can see, we're playing this. It is a deck that I brought to a game night Kit at the weekend and did quite well, and also brought to Regionals, which went less well. This hand is a keep. We have money, we have some draw, we have our long-term money, and we have our breaker as well. Yeah, so it's looking good. So we do have Film Critic in this deck. We also play 2 employee strikes. So Skorpios might be an okay matchup. They're going to rush, so we will try to punish them for this. We can just money Inversificator. Now the problem is they could have Hunter Seeker, but I think we kind of just have to go for it, because otherwise they get a hidden money. It just becomes so much worse for us. We could money up, or we could draw, I say, then money, then this, but I think just money, Inversificator, credit run. Now they could utterly blow us up here with like a Fairchild or something, but we'll see what happens. Nope, we are going to get in, and we'll steal. Now if they do Hunter Seeker this, we do have 2 others in the deck, so it's not terrible. If they do mid-seasons us, that is more problematic. Okay, yep. That's fair enough. We kind of expected that to happen, so that's fine. We'll run server 1. Just make sure they're not trying to sneak out something else. Caligo to Real TV. It's expensive. It's very expensive. They're obviously playing the Lockout. Just put us very far back as well. And there is a risk that they'll friends it. I think we leave it. Let's draw up. Couldn't find any money. Let's credit. And Diesel is out of the game. Yep, that makes sense. So Skorpios is probably in a decent position against something like Blue Moose. Oh no, we've lost our second one. So we've 1 more in the deck, and now all of a sudden this Caligoda could cause us problems. But all we do need is 1. Let's hope for the best. I suddenly regret everything. So paywall is down, that's fine. I would probably hold on to that until either you have more defenses up so you can protect agendas, or they play a current. Like if we played employee strike now, they'd be in a bit of trouble. So we do have R&D interface as well, and we also have 2 spoons. Now we just have to draw into our other bits and pieces, start putting on a bit of pressure. So if we lose more, okay, so they're forcing us to come get it. We're not going to play their game. We will just sit here and money up. If they get 2 Atlas counters, that's not great for us, but it could be worse. Oh, global food. Okay. And they're leaving themselves quite poor as well. So I think we stick down Film Critic, stick down R&D interface, and go for a poke here. We'll give them a credit, but at the moment we have the credit advantage as well. So we get Hostile, which we will host, and Assassin. Ooh, spicy. So we're not going to get Hunter Seeker again. We've learned our mistake. And they are very poor. They're a long way off being able to afford anything. So we can still take a poke. I mean, Wayland does have some really good face check ice now. The likes of Hortum, Colossus. And instead, we might add this to our score area. Let's Dirty Laundry HQ. Salem's Hospitality, nice. And okay, that makes sense. And we can just money up some more. So we don't really need a code gate breaker. If this is Assassin, we can try and trace through. It would be smarter too, though. Ooh, playing traps and all. I like it. So underway renovation. We kind of have to go for that. Because otherwise we are in trouble. Thankfully we have SMC. And we can get in past 2 pieces of ice because that's how Inversificator works. Chimera, sure. So it gains, yeah. And break. And we will host, of course, because we don't want to get cut out with our last code gate breaker. So we're in a decent spot, especially with only 1 ice over R&D. I think we just host this. What's the chance of hitting like a snare on last click? Film Critic would be bad to lose, but we have another one. I think at the moment it's just good to keep them poor, keep them under pressure. Wraparound. So that is legitimately the worst. Why is everyone playing wraparound all of a sudden? Do we leave it and come back? Costs us 5, 6 to go through. Yeah, I think we do. And we can swap this with this, and that way we can get through it easier the next time around. Enigma, that is perfect for us. And Mother Goddess, which is fine for Kit. There's your secret piece of tech. Now, if they start stacking things high here, we do run into problems, but Spooned is great for that. And at least if you keep switching pieces of ice, it becomes much harder for them to get well set up, because they're going to have to res both of these pieces of ice now to keep us out. So we saw Enigma, Mother Goddess. They just installed, so we'll only get 1 fresh look. I think it said we could double down on our our pressure. We could take a look and see what this is. I think for the moment we just money up. Stick down the R&D interface next turn, go for another poke. I am surprised by how little money they've shown us so far. Just the 1 sweeps week. And yeah. Salem's in hand. And a lot of clicking for credits. So Salem's coming out. If they name Spooned here, that will be a great guess. Curious as to what they will name. Or this could just be a cider. But Spooned is a good shout when you know... Ah, they've gone for Maker's Eye. So now if they have another one of those, we know exactly what they're going to name. So we'll run R&D. We won't be able to Spoon it this turn, which is unfortunate. But we do have same old things, so if they remove 1 from the game, we can go back again. Okay, that is fine. We'll break, and we'll move it inside just to... Boop, boop. And now something else is on the outside other than a code gate, which is fantastic. And we'll see 3 cards. Chimera, fine. Global Food, which will host. And Oaktown, which we will steal. And then with our last 2 clicks, we'll add that. And that is Inversificator Kit. The early bits and pieces here, the hits that they got really hurt. Yeah, the SMC was great. It arrived just at the right time, got us through. Surprised by how little money they had, but in the end, this bare bones deck worked out really well. Oh. Always great to play people who watch the videos, even if it exposes all my secret tech. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back soon with another game with this deck.